Hi, everyone. Welcome to another California Psychics Live. I'm Carly, and I'll be your moderator for the next hour. I am very excited to have two special guests with me today. We have Psychic Marin, who has been here with us many times from California Psychics, but today is a very special day. We also have Summer Davis here, and she's from Dirty Floor Diaries. How are you both doing?
Fantastic.
Good
Great.
to have you both. And get y'all's names up here again. And again, we'll be here for the next hour. Very excited, and we're changing things up. So for those of you that have been to several of these live, you probably know how it goes, where we usually answer everyone's questions that pops into our chat. But our first 30 minutes is going to be a little different. We are going to be experiencing a live reading. So Summer is going to be getting a live reading from Psychic Marin, getting all of her questions answered. But before we go into that, I wanted to throw some stuff out there for everyone that's watching. We will be answering questions throughout the beginning as well as the entire last half of the show. And for those of you that want questions answered, be sure to if you're talking about someone else, you're asking a question about someone else, use their first name so Psychic Marin can get a quicker connection for you, and we can get to as many people as possible. Also, we want to make sure that we're not answering any medical or legal questions. So please save those for a different time. We're not answering any of those types of questions, but anything on love and relationships, your life path, your past loved ones, past lives, all up for game. And we have some special promos coming later on in the show as well, so keep your ears out for those. And let's jump right into things. Summer, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what brought you here to want to get a reading with Marin?
Sure. I'm Summer. I live in the panhandle of Florida. I'm a transplant here. And the thing that brought me here is really kind of a journey through difficult childhood and then youth and then young adulthood. And up until 3 years ago, I literally could not cry. Like, I didn't even know how to do it. I would try, and or I could feel emotions happening, and then they would stop, like right at my eyes. They just wouldn't ever fall. And I had an energy healing done 3 years ago, and the tears started coming. And so I was releasing 36 years of tears and have been. So I cry all the time. Probably will get emotional at some point this evening. And really what I want and what I was so excited about for this is that I've realized lately that I'm very in touch with the divine masculine, and I've had to be to get to where I am in my life, but I am not at all in touch with the divine feminine. And I really feel like a disconnect from myself, and I want to learn how to connect with myself and to like bring that energy forward.
Perfect. Well, thank you. And thank you for the little summary. It's an honor to be able to read for you today. And you said you're not going to get teary, but I'm already starting to get teary. Just in the first couple seconds of you talking, there is a woman, and I just wanted to ask you before I even dive into your reading, are you aware that there is a connection? I'm shaky. I think it is your grandmother. Either your mother has passed, but I'm pretty sure it's your grandmother because of the form that she's taking on. And I'm trying to get an approximation of when she would have passed, but I would say roughly maybe 7. Did your grandmother help raise you?
It depends on which one. Neither one of them really helped to raise me. My mom's mom did a little bit of that, like before and after school.
Okay.
I did become very close with my dad's mom as an adult.
Okay. The energy of the person that I'm getting looks like it. I thought it was a grandmother. I'm not sure what side, but you commented about the divine feminine aspect that you're wanting to bring in. And I don't see that she is so feminine, but she's helping you in getting in touch with yourself, helping you with motherhood. what I'm seeing in your life, and I should have asked if there were specific questions that you wanted me to address, but what I'm seeing in your life is pretty much about a 2-year change. You aren't going to be on track for just fast turnovers, boom, boom, boom. What I'm seeing is about a 2-year change, including moving and relocation and colder climate. I know you commented that you're in Florida, but I'm also seeing a much colder climate. I get images of kids that you've transitioned. Oh gosh, hold on. You've got an older child. So you're going to have partial empty nest transitions that I'm seeing. I'm getting images of this grandmother that's showing that she's going to help you in withdrawing from all of those responsibilities with motherhood primarily, so you can rediscover. I started to say writing, and I think that that's probably kind of a no-brainer because you commented about dirty. I don't want to mistake what your platform is, but I'm assuming you're writing, because what they're showing is this introversion from the world, responsibilities with motherhood, and you're going into more of a hermit zone, which is going to give you that balance of you still being able to have the audience and the connection with people that you interact with, but you personally, physically, are going to be just retreating into more hermit mode. And this is going to go on for about 2 more years before I see the real launch or makeover to where you're wanting to be a little more visible. So first, you're withdrawing, new home situation, family dynamic shifting. And I believe you've got about 5-6 more years. How old are your kids? I think that you've got about 5-6 more years until all of those responsibilities and the new identity fully emerges. I'll pause for just a second because I can just talk on and on, but I want to pause just to see if you have questions or if you want me to give feedback at this point.
No, that's it so resonates. I do actually have an older child that I don't think you knew about beforehand. He's 19 and in college. And then I have 2 little ones who are 9 and 11.
9, 11. Okay, so that makes sense. So the timing with that transition in about 5, 6, 7 years, that makes sense. So what is the name of your oldest son?
Styles.
Oh, Styles. Okay. Boy, I've got to keep it briefer for the purpose of this today, but boy, we could talk for hours just about him alone. And oh gosh, I just got shaky. He's going to make me teary. And I don't want to blur the line with anything that's too impersonal, too personal that you don't want me to reveal. But even from the moment of your conception with him, that is a very significant soul relationship. I mean, he's changed your life. He's helped keep you grounded. He's helped in you being able to be responsible, I say, quotes, like through that soul entering into your life, it changed the course of your life. And honestly, it's kept you safe. It's kept you from going off the deep end. And so that relationship is so much deeper than what you even realize in how he's going to emerge in his adulthood in his years. I'm tongue-tied because I don't want to say anything that might be hurtful to you, but
no, you please say anything. Okay. Please.
Were you wanting to be a mother? I want to say I don't believe you did. I
did not
say that. Like oh my gosh, this is
like at all. I did not at all.
Because I'm careful of my words. I feel like this was not a pregnancy that you were ready for, and I'll kind of leave it at that. And not just in the sense that it's a surprise, but that you were really struggling with, do I keep the child? Do I become a mother? And thank you for letting me say that, because I've been tongue-tied for the last couple minutes dancing around how to publicly say this. But your son change the course of your life. And so the relationship that I'm seeing with the grandma, and where she was very hands off and how much she could influence and help you, your son helped ground you as much as he could possibly ground you for his needs and for his growth. When I'm looking at the other two children, there's one that I see a stronger connection with your husband. I'm assuming that's the youngest, because I get that connection with your husband. I'm assuming that's your husband. I see a gentleman and I see a younger child, and I get that closeness. Middle child is going to be artistic, wilder, very easy and into adult years. That's going to be like your free soul, but there's intelligence, and I have no concerns about that child. It's the middle child that's just going to be easy in adulthood. Your oldest is going to be so loving, nurturing, always checking on you. That relationship is going to shift now that he's out and he's an adult and finding himself. He's going to be always there, checking on you, nurturing you. The youngest is the one that's going to be a little bit harder to launch and get going, because I feel like there's so much more attention. And now that the other kids are going to be out of the house in 5 years or so, that youngest child is just going to relish in all of this attention, and it's going to be a little bit harder launching that final soul and sending them off into adult world. So I wouldn't be surprised if you have a couple more years, even after adulthood, of trying to get them following their path. But yeah, I started getting a little bit teary as I was connecting to you, because I think but you're not seeing it from the position that I see it from, as a bird's eye view, and just looking at how much that soul changed her life. And I know every mom, I'm a mom, every parent can say that, but I want to say not just changed your life, but really saved your life. And so here you were contemplating whether or not you were going to be able to raise this child and have the skills, and you did it. And that was a very important decision in your life path that shaped this track. And you're about 2 more years until you really feel like, I made it. I did it. I made it. I'm writing, and I can just hermit and withdraw from the world if I want, or I can be more visible. But you'll have that choice, instead of it feeling a little bit more like you're still trying to find yourself and where that career path is going to take you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do you have specific questions about children or family, or should I continue with you personally?
We can continue personally until I can think of something specific. Actually, no. What is coming up for me is so you were saying my middle child is going to be easier into adulthood.
Mm-hmm.
We do struggle right now with anxiety with her, like on a really deep level, and sometimes it impacts the way that I parent her in a way that I don't enjoy. So I just want to know, I guess, like, is her anxiety going to be better? Is this something that she's going to get over that will like help her into adulthood in her teenage years?
I believe that anybody's possible of changing and evolving. When I look at your specific situation, what I want to say without giving you disappointment is that is that child's makeup. That is that child's soul and their path right now. And it will be, at least while she's still in your care. I do get anxiety starting to minimize by 19, 20, but that's when I feel like it's more of that free soul. I get to travel, and that wanderlust, I want to travel, is what is going to save her and that anxiety. Which they're saying that is who you are. That is more of your roots, but you don't have the luxury of being that person right now. So you're trying to stability, and yet your middle child would really benefit from hitting the road and traveling, and what you may feel is logically going to be more chaotic, more change, the change is going to be stimulus for her. And I see this mindset that's just wanting the stimulus, and without blurring into the area of medical and helping give medical information, I can lightly use the label and the term anxiety just because I feel that anxiety in her. But the best way of helping her cope with that is going to be lots of stimulation, lots of visual stimulation. And the other thing I get is art. And it's not something where I'm getting, she needs to become a fine artist, and so set her on the track for all of these fancy, expensive art classes. It's as simple as like, here's a lump of clay, let's have fun. Here are some inexpensive paints, paint your heart out. It's that simplicity, and her just being able to see that, oh, this hurt, I almost got teary, that I can do something. She's going to struggle for the next 3 years with sense of her self-worth. And so the visual is something that she's producing outside of herself, that she's able to see and actually see others appreciate, and really feel like I did that, I created that, I did that. And that's going to be a huge confidence boost for her. So just recapping, don't hold back with travel. And I think right now you're in a position, as long as you're COVID safely traveling, that's going to benefit her, and substituting with a little bit more crafts and arts, because that's going to be this outward expression of her she really finds joy in.
Thank you.
Yeah. When I was commenting about late teen years and once she's headed out of the house, I don't get an immediate focus on college. I get she's going to be more the type of person that would travel Europe with a backpack, like that type of soul. And that is going to be best for her. Not because I see it completely diminishing the anxiety, but it's because she now learns what her coping mechanisms are, what's going to help her, what's going to bring on more anxiety. So having that ability to really be alone, independent, travel in the world, she's going to encounter so many little challenges. And for her, what I just get is it's about failure, success, and figuring out that cycle for her. So it's almost hard being in your care that as the mother, you're wanting to help and fix and create this environment for her that's going to minimize the anxiety. And you know, it's hard, because I almost feel like the more that you're trying to help, the more that it's just perpetuating her adapting to the environment she's in, rather than getting to learn how to struggle through it and learn how to heal herself and find solutions that work for her.
That resonates. Thank you.
Yeah,
for sure.
And then the little list one on that, I was trying to get an image. I'm trying to get an image so I can start to see the gender. Right now I'm looking at more of the soul connection, and I get, are you married? Because I get a male. I was assuming earlier that was a husband.
I'm married.
Okay. Is that child close to your husband, or is that biologically his child?
Yes, and both. He is he goes to my husband, even though like his side of the bed is on the opposite from the door. Like at night he will go to my husband and not to me.
Okay. So the oddity in that relationship is that their bond, their connection is going to continue to be stronger and stronger. And that's really going to help you in freeing yourself. So instead of you feeling like you're going to be the primary caregiver for 15 more years, you're not. You're going to be the primary caregiver for 6-7 more years. And then at that point, you are very independent, and they're kind of two peas in a pod. And they're showing me sports specifically. And I had to double check and make sure I've got two boys and they play football, and I had to get out of my head for a second, make sure that I'm not seeing my own football sidelines. I'm seeing your football sidelines. And so I don't know if your husband played football or where that football connection's coming in, but they're showing me that that is going to be his outlet. And I know right now with COVID, things are all upside down, but I'm talking more in 2-3 years out. That's when I see that becoming more predominant in his life. And then about 5-6 years is when that's the focus.
That's amazing. Yes, our littlest plays football, and he has since kindergarten.
Yeah.
And he's taking a break this year because of COVID. But he can't wait to get back, and he's so good. I mean, he's really good. And so the coaches actually texted me this year, and they're like, "Why isn't he here?" And we were like, "Well, we just don't feel safe this year, so he's not going to play." But that's his sport. So yeah, it's so cool.
And how old is he? I know you said that earlier, but the number didn't stick. So could you tell me his age again?
Yes, he's 9. He'll be 10 in March.
Okay.
His name is Grady.
Great. Oh, Grady. Okay. I'm trying to get location. I'm stumped because I don't see you still in Florida. Do you know where you are planning on relocating, or where your final destination and plan, and where you're wanting to stay? I mean, I know Florida is really big with football, but I just don't see you in Florida. So can I ask really quickly about your living situation and what your intent is for relocating?
Sure. We don't have any intent that we know of, like currently. My husband's job is here, and mine is relocatable. I'm from Alaska originally. I was actually born in Florida, but raised in Alaska. And we've been back in Florida for 6 years. We don't have any plans to move, but we're not opposed. And I very much want to be in the mountains. I want to be somewhere that I can hike and be free and connect with Mother Nature, maybe have some snow. That's where I'm happiest. So that's what I envision. That's where I am happy and free and settled. But there's no immediate plans for that to happen.
Okay. This is a little tricky for me because I don't see that destination and where you're going, but what they are showing me with him, they're saying in about 2 more years, I don't know if he is opening a restaurant or opened a restaurant. I'm assuming he has something to do with food or restaurant, because what they're saying is in about 2 years, this is a loose timeline, he's going to be able to relocate. He's going to be in hold on, I'm trying to get information what they're saying. I keep getting an image of cocktails, and I don't know if you are inventing an entire bar menu and what your connection is with him and this restaurant. And I'm trying to get into your brain to see, is this a premonition? Is this something that's coming, or did this just happen? So I'm not getting that timing yet. But what they're showing me is more specifically for you, 2 years is when he's in a position where now this is running itself. So there's some sort of collaboration or partnership with another male friend of his, and there's going to be a restaurant, and it's blue and white, and that is Florida. That is that connection in Florida. However, you're going to be living primarily somewhere else. And what I get is travel. So you're going to have more of this dual residency. And I think that's why it's been hard for me to see where you are this whole time that I've been reading you, is where are you going? I don't see that destination, but what I do see is you north, and he's going to be back and forth in about 2 years. And now you've got kind of the best of both worlds. And the one thing I can say about him with restaurants, this is his background. This is his industry, where he belongs, except he's going to burn out. And so all the initial fun of this and launching this that I'm seeing, a fish, and I see him launching this, but it's not going to be something where he's staying day after day, and that he's like the owner and greets people and that this is his baby, it becomes like a total tourist, high volume, high turnover, lots of business, very successful, but he just doesn't want to be there all the time. It'll be fun at first. So is that something, does that resonate with you? Because I just don't know if that does. I want to pause for a second to see if I can pick your brain for more information or build on what I've already said.
So much. He is in the industry. We live in a resort town in the middle of nowhere. And he went to school for hospitality. He started in restaurants, high-end hotel restaurants specifically. So we've moved around a lot because that was just where like the next step was. And now he is like a, I don't know how much I can say. He's a resort GM for like a very small resort. And there is like, he's very heavy involved into the food and beverage. And he's also always wanted to start his own like bar or restaurant. He's won awards for cocktails that he's created. So
yes. I was getting this list of like very interesting, fun, unique. Yeah, I saw that. Okay, keep going.
And then I'm like panicking over the fact that you said there's like travel and we're in separate spots, because I just told my boss I'm completely relocatable. I was like, move me to the mountains. If something comes up in the mountains, like move me there. I'll take the kids. And he was like, what about Kyle? And I was like, Kyle will be fine, but I need to like get out.
You do. And I'm glad you're able to see that in yourself, but then having all of these other responsibilities may make it hard for you to feel like I can permissibly be selfish and go do what I need to do, but you'll be happier. You'll be happier, and it's actually going to be this balance. And you are becoming more and more accustomed to flights and travel and bouncing around, that's just going to be easy. It's not going to be like most people that would plan months for a trip across the country. For you, that's just an afternoon flight. And so that just becomes this comfortable, very easy lifestyle. But I see you tucked away writing, and I see him operating the restaurant. And by about 2 years, all of this change is really into motion. By about 5-6 years is when it's like, this is set. This is our life. We've got the best of both worlds. And by then, I just don't see that he's as personally, physically there for restaurants and operation. And then you guys have the ability just to spend a lot more time together, more travel. How are we doing on time? Because I want to make sure I have a little bit more time to wrap up.
Yeah, we have about 2 more minutes left with Summer. And so if there's any last comments, this has been fascinating. And I really think it helped our viewers see what it's like getting a reading. We have a lot of people that, if they want to get a reading, they haven't really gotten the courage up to doing one. So this can give them a peek into what it's like.
So let's make the most of the last couple minutes. Any questions come up that I can answer?
No, I am curious to know, like, if we could dig in a little bit deeper into which grandmother this might be.
Yes. Okay, hold on. I was trying to identify her by the way you called her. And I think timing was about 6-7 years. She was there in your life when your first child was born. By the time that child was maybe 5, 6, so somewhere in that time frame is when I see her passing. It's mom. It sounds like mom. It sounds like mom, but it's not.
It's ma'am.
Oh, okay.
Ma'am.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. She actually passed away 3 days before my youngest was born.
Oh. Okay.
Unexpectedly.
What is her first name?
Martha.
Yeah, no, she identifies as, it was mom.
My mom.
Okay. So she was there. Oh, she her whole role in your life was giving you more of the belief that yes, you can be a mother, like yes, you can do this, yes, you can parent. So I think it's interesting that her transition was after you were done having children, but that's the one that I'm getting the connection with. I'm a little shaky, so I'm trying to stay grounded, but I don't know if you can see, I'm a little tearing, a little shaky, and that's me empathically connecting with you. She's much more stern. She's much more grounded, much more stern. This energy isn't coming from her. She's like, yep, I'm here. She's not weepy like you and I are. She's got a strong energy, kind of that pull up your bootstraps. You've got this. You can do this. But she's still around by your side. When she first came in to this reading, it was you commenting about wanting to get in touch with your more divine feminine side, which I would not have related her as this divine feminine woman. She comes across as much more of that masculine energy that has shadowed you throughout your life. So I think that there's a similarity in that more masculine energy that you both have. But she was commenting that she's helping you in now finding independence or finding a different identity beyond the motherhood that has really consumed you for the last decade. So she's there. She's not one of these souls that is going to be back and forth and back and forth. She's pretty solid. She's here, and I'd like to encourage you to call on her when you need help, but I also want to say you've got this, and it's really supposed to be more of you independently finding your passion and having that ability to say, nope, mom needs alone time, or I need downtime, and everybody's going to be able to take care of themselves and be just fine. So it's boundaries is going to be your key word for 2021, is boundaries without any guilt and feeling like you've got to be superwoman. It's time for you to be able to give yourself permission to be a little more independent, and the world won't fall apart.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, that was wonderful. I really appreciate you being here, Summer, and I hope that you had a good time, because that was very inspirational to hear from both of y'all, Marin
Yes, it
and
was
Summer.
amazing. Thank you, Marin.
You're welcome. Well,
I was going to say, well, Summer, thank you again for for being here, and we'll let you go, and we will continue on with the rest of our show with answering all of our audience questions. But feel free to watch along on Facebook or YouTube,
For sure. Thank you.
We will talk
Nice
to you again
meeting you.
soon.
Bye. Nice meeting you too.
Thank you. So that was so nice. Thank you so much, Marin. As I was saying before, for everyone that's watching, this can kind of give you a taste of what it's like to get a psychic reading from California Psychics. You can always give Marin a call. Let me put up her information right here. We have Psychic Marin, extension 5113. Everyone, let's get started with some of the regular scheduled questions. I know we have a lot that are already forming. And a reminder for everyone, if you are asking about a specific someone else, be sure to use their first name so Marin can connect quicker with you. And we can't answer any medical or legal questions, but we will get started right here. Ceci says, do you have a message from Maggie for me?
Maggie's message is more about you taking care of yourself. I'm kind of picking up on this theme here, but Maggie's message is more about nutrition and taking care of yourself. And we've got to be careful discussing medical stuff, but I feel like you're sorting through some medical aspects of your life that need high attention, nutrition attention. She's trying to help you and giving you the strength to do a nutritional overhaul in your life. So she's there, but it's very loving and nurturing energy with the like, you know what you should be doing type of support.
And then Marie over on YouTube says, do you see Finn pursuing a relationship with
not
me?
until late February. So I don't know if there was something that just happened in the last couple of weeks with the two of you where you spoke up or you shared feelings, but he is starting to backpedal a little bit. He's a little overwhelmed, and I feel like you guys are just 2 months away from this transitioning to more of the friendship, to having more of that label. So yes, by the end of February, and just don't chase him. It will delay this. So back off and give him that little bit of space.
Nice. Dawn asks, will Donnie and I ever get married?
Donnie. I don't believe so. I just want to confirm that was Dawn and Donnie. I see the two of you together. There's an issue with the marriage. Like his response is like, but why? We're happy. Just why? For him, it's a label. It doesn't have as much of that significance. So I see it being a little point of contention. I see the two of you together for years and years, but I just don't see the marriage in the next 2, 3, 4. I think it's not very likely.
And then we have Jocelyn says, will Desmond and I be together? When will I hear from him?
2 to 3 days. 2-3 days. I think you might even miss a call or miss a message, but it's about 2 or 3 days before there's communication. Yes, you are going to be together after New Year's, like just a couple days after New Year's. That momentum finally picks up. He's hiding, and just for everybody watching, this is a theme that I've gotten a lot of in the last couple of weeks with other clients and callers, that I'm just seeing this wave of boyfriends and partners that are starting to get a little scared and backing off because it's holiday time, and this expectation of, what are you getting me, or what are we doing, or can you go meet my family for the first time? It's a little overwhelming. So I'm seeing this theme of partners starting to shy back a little bit. So just be mindful of that. And if you're experiencing that, you might want to just regulate the relationship by backing off just a little bit.
Let's see. Paula says, will Tom and I still be together in the spring?
Yes, it's better. It's better starting late April, early May. So you guys are actually going to be a little bit more estranged for February, March. It is going to be much better when I'm looking at late April.
And then Mawish Nasir, can I get a career reading, please? I'm a Gemini.
Okay. What they're showing is a little disappointing, but it feels like it's not performance related. It feels like it is financial and budget related. I'm not getting promotions or bigger like windfalls or bonuses. I feel like you were expecting something, or that you've been led on. What they're showing me is late March. So there's going to be a promotion late March. You're predominantly in an environment where this is just all men, and they're showing me you've really got to have that voice. You've got to be stronger. You've got to be heard. And they're wanting you just to keep pushing, keep persevering, because March is when there's the promotion for you.
And then Ashley says, hello, what is coming to me in love and when?
Okay, love for you, September. You've got a ways. You've got a little ways to go, because they're showing me a couple different people One is a return from a past relationship. I get a couple new people that you've met. There's nothing that I'm really getting that's that exciting until late September. So 2021, late September. It is a mutual friend that's introducing you. I keep getting the connection. He has something to do with New York region is where he's from, and you're meeting him at the end of September. It's going to be a pretty hot and heavy, pretty serious relationship that happens fast. But up until then, you're going to get discouraged. That'll give you some hope to hang on till September.
Michelle says, hi, Marin. Do I have any messages from Jeff or Mary?
I don't. I'm interested if one of them passed having anything to do with a car accident, or was there anything about a vehicle accident? Because the warning with you is you've got to drive slow, or you've got to be safer. You've got to drive slow. You need to be really careful with traffic, wet roads, driving slow. You've got this guide watching after you, and it's like I just see white knuckles. So I don't know if you have a long windy drive every day, if you're commuting. Maybe you can comment if this is resonating, because what they're showing me is you need to slow it down, and I would be really careful with wet, rainy roads right now. She's keeping you safe.
Yeah, I'll be on the lookout for Michelle's response.
Thank you.
And then Tamara asks, please let me know if Tariq and I will ever communicate again. If so, when?
Yes, it's going to be the second week in January, but it's not in your best interest. It's just cycling through women, cycling through just phone calls, coming back. He just has no real objective, and either take this with a grain of salt, have fun, or just know that it's not for the purpose of a solid relationship.
And then this one's an interesting one. Amna says, any future husband characteristics, please?
A little bit older, and there's a concern because I feel like you're a little bit of an older woman, and what they're showing me is maybe that wouldn't appeal to you, or you don't want an older gentleman. And what they're saying is he's a little bit older. There's a family connection that is in medicine, and I feel like he was destined to be in medicine. I think he was a doctor, a lot of stress put on him, and he just went through a major divorce, life change. I don't want to do this anymore. So what they're showing me is you will be meeting him or something through a medical connection, but he has completely switched gears and left that career behind. So if that helps you with being able to find how you may meet him, he is so just done. I'm done being somebody for everybody else. And he's currently unemployed, but he's an investor. He's got some financial stability. But the timing, it's been all about timing for him and when he's going to be ready for this new life.
And I'm just going to pause right there for a second. We can transition into rapid fire card pulls after this. But before we do, we have about 15 minutes left. So I want to encourage everyone, if you are on Facebook, go ahead and comment with someone's name, share this post, that's someone that might want to get a tarot card, one card pull for them. If you're on YouTube, please send this link to a friend, share this. In either platform, make sure you subscribe so you get all of our upcoming lives. I'll show you that we have next week. We won't be doing a Facebook Live. We're going to take a 1 week break there, but we're going to come back on December 7th. We have Psychic Kerrigan, who will be with another. We have another person that will join us live to get a reading on that day. December 14th, we have Psychic Marin back with us. December 21st, we have a tarot live. So it's not going to be live on camera, but we'll have Psychic Reagan that takes over all of our social media channels and writes out all of her responses to people's questions for a tarot card pool. And to round out December and 2020, we have December 28th is Psychic Tegan. So make sure you follow us, hit the subscribe button, and you will get updated on all of these lives coming up. And one last thing before we get into the rapid fire tarot pools is we have some promos for y'all. So any new customers, if you've never gotten a reading with California Psychics before, be sure to use the promo code LIVE5. When you buy your first new customer package, you'll get $5 added to any package that you buy. So a little extra time reading with Marin or one of our lovely psychics we have on the line. And for all of our existing customers, today, I believe it's today and tomorrow, don't quote me, I think it's today and tomorrow, you get 20% off when you buy any packages on the website. And if you buy them through the app, you get 30% off. So go to the website right now, go to your app, and check your profile to see if you have that promo available to you. So let's round things out. Let me go back to our comments here. Rapid fire questions. We're going to get to as many people as possible. And first one is Shanette. Card, please, on love.
Ooh, Shanette, you have the Hierophant.
Ooh.
And the Hierophant is just a very poised, proper, sophisticated gentleman. What they're also telling me is you need to look at this as a little bit more of an intuitive scavenger hunt, because the connection with this person is going to feel like it's more of that soul connection, not just based on the attraction or the lifestyle similarities. This is going to be more based on feeling. So, they just said 3 more weeks. So three more weeks that they're showing me this person that's exploding in your life.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
Nikita says, will I move soon?
This is the Hermit.
Oh,
I don't believe so. And it's because this is one of those, like, it's worth the wait. They're showing end of January, early February. This is going to throw you a little bit of a curveball because you need to sit tight for the holidays, stay where you are, and know that it's going to be early February when you actually are logistically moving. You'll know about it in January, but you're supposed to be sitting tight right now.
Catherine says, love card for me and Brad.
Okay. Knight of Swords, which is just a reckless go, 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 go. Like some Suit of Swords is intellect, intelligence, but in this case, it can sometimes be a little bit more frantic. So I wouldn't be surprised if your relationship is feeling more like it's a little bit wild ride right now. Good, but a little bit crazier than normal.
Celeste says, will my ex-boyfriend Colin come back to me or someone else?
Colin. My response to this would be, are you sure that you want this relationship back? This is indicating a burden. I'm trying to get a timing, 6-7 weeks. Like, you guys have a couple more rounds of this do-over. Yes, he's coming back, but this is actually you. You're the one carrying the burden. You're carrying the load. So do you want to keep on with this, or do you want to just drop it and leave it behind? Because it's going to feel that way. It's going to feel like he just brings so many problems into your life that's what I'd encourage you to think of. Do I want all this extra responsibility that isn't mine? Do I want to keep helping him, or do I want to finally close that door?
Nice. Come Eat With Us over on YouTube says, love and money for me.
Love and money. Okay, well, we're doing 1 and 1. So this is love, which is 8 of Wands. This card comes up with timing, which is like fast, 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 go, go, go. So wild ride with love, and with money, you've got to leave. You've got to go elsewhere. You've got a job change. You've got to look for another career path, career lead, because this is saying it's not going to be with what you're currently doing.
Mm. Gina says a money card.
Okay. Gina. I'm drawing two cards because the first card that I have is the Three of Pentacles reversed, which is in an upright position. It's the card of building and community and a collaborative project that's going to bring more money. What came up initially, this was the card we had previously, so I wanted to make sure that this was still for you. And this is to be read as timing, go, go, go. So what it means is that there's going to be an opportunity that's more of a coming together collaborative project that's going to have a real scattered go, go, go opportunity. They're saying 2 more weeks. So this is new, but it looks like it's side money that somebody's wrangling you in to do a project with just in time for holidays.
I know we're going rapid fire.
I know.
Mirna says, I'm a single mom of 4 and I'm planning on moving. How do you see us doing?
So much better. So yeah, I didn't even draw a card. You got the Page of Wands, just so you have this as the visual, which is like, go for it. It's this very youthful new opportunity, but it's creative. And what this doesn't show is that you're painting, and I think it's furniture or something detailed, and this is not just a hobby. This is side money. So it's 2020, and I think that that's why I'm just seeing this wave of all these little side projects and people bringing in extra money. And now that holidays are upon us, we're looking at how to supplement our incomes. And so they're saying, yes, this is going to be a really good move. So much more ease and just financial livability. But for you, you're going to take on some more projects because you have a little bit more time. So keep an ear out for creative opportunities and something that you're going to launch for painting and artistry on the side.
And then Mimi Charm, will my ex Dondre come back?
Yes. You have the Empress reversed, and in an upright position, this symbolizes motherhood. Immediately, I'm shown images of very young child. And so I'm trying to see if he's coming back because of a child or coming back because there is a child in your future. But they're showing that there is that soul connection. So despite the relationship being very strained, very, very strained, there is this other soul that's in your life that he's coming back, and that's what's going to maintain this connection with you. You guys have years ahead before you actually figure this out. Sorry.
And then let's see. It says, hello, my name is Lucia. Can I get a card, please?
Lucia. Ace of Swords, which is like a thumbs up, go for it. So if you had a question, I'm trying to pick your brain and see what the question was. It was like, yes or no. This is a yes. This is a go for it. There's something career related for you. So yes, go for it.
And then Michelle, will Joe and I get back together?
You have the Magician. This is a good card. This is a very significant card. He can be a handful. And I think that the best advice I can give you is just learning how to work with that energy, learning how to work with kind of a know-it-all, yet somebody that's very capable, that just things just seem to happen so easy for him. Yes, you will be back together, but it's a challenging relationship, but definitely worth it.
Ashley says, love card. His name is Tommy, please.
Okay, 7 Pentacles for Tommy. So this is a card of pause and reflection. So you can view it as if this person's been tending this garden, you've been working on the relationship, working on love, and now it's time for you to kind of pause and step back and say, gosh, what should I work on? What can I fine tune? Because it's a work in progress, but it is positive and it's growing in the right direction. So that's a good card, 7 of Pentacles.
Nice. We have about 5 minutes left, so we'll probably have time for two. I know it's moved by so fast.
So fast, yeah.
2 or 3 more, but before we do, I just want to remind everyone, don't forget about our promo code LIVE5. I'll have it pop up real here for a second. Let's see. LIVE5, scrolling down at the bottom, you'll get $5 added to any new customer packages. But for our loyal customers that get readings with us, we have 20% off on the website and 30% off if you buy a package through the app. So go ahead and log into your account today to see that promo. If you don't have the app, go ahead and download that as well, and you can get that extra bonus percentage off. So now that we've gotten all the promos out of the way, I want to choose Deborah. She says, Ray and me card. Relationship.
This is a really lovely card. This is the Queen of Cups, which is just emotional. You're sitting on your throne full of emotion, embraced in this emotion. Like, this is a good card indicating you've got a strong emotional bond. He's not intimidated by the softer feminine side of you. So this is how he sees you. This is a great card.
And Betsy says, what does the universe see in my future love life with a man I flirt with in the next few months? Will anything happen? So she's been flirting. What's happening?
Yeah, you're not going to get very far, Betsy. Unfortunately, this is the 3 of Wands. It's saying look elsewhere. Like, he's just, it's fun flirting, but that's all it is. So I think you're going to be disappointed if you're hoping for anything beyond that.
And let's see. Eddie says, will me and my ex get back together?
Eddie, this is the King of Cups, and I was trying to get an image of your partner. I don't believe so. It's like you're emotional, you're teary, and it's like I'm trying to pin this person down saying, where are you? And usually when I get a blank screen like that, it's a no. So I'm sorry, Eddie.
Robin says, will John and I have a future together?
Oh my gosh. Hello. Yes. This is 10 of Pentacles. This is like legacy, family, money, inheritance passed down, which is showing like, yes, like a family together, future to family coming together, future. So that's a very solid yes.
Okay. We have 2 more minutes left. I'm trying to get the screen to stop scrolling so I can finally pick one. Felicia says, card on career.
Oh, Felicia, this is the Chariot, and usually that means that there's change ahead. So often this card is a timing momentum, like go, go, go. But what they're saying for you, it's you're going to get through the end of the year, and by early February, it's like, I got to change. So you're going to fight it if you delay. So I would start opening up for this now. You've got new career futures ahead for you.
Okay. And our last question of the night is over on YouTube. Annalie says, my ex Kelly left me in COVID. Will she come back?
Oh, and this card is just, this is the Stranger of the Night card. Look at this 5 of Pentacles, and they're out on the streets. And sadly, I wish we didn't have to end on this note, but this is Not very likely. This is like you've been kicked out and you're outdoors. Not even the church will take you in. So it's a huge, it's a heartbreak. It's a rejection. And I'm sorry you're really feeling that rejection.
I am sorry about that one too. But overall, this was a fantastic live. I had so much fun with you today, Marin. The first half with Summer was great. It was awesome to get to experience what a reading is like, so we can give these viewers that may not have ever had one a chance to see a little bit about what to expect. So I know it could be a little nerve-wracking for some of those people that don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
And the second half was also fantastic, getting to see all of our viewers' questions. Remember, we won't have a live next week, but be sure to come back on December 7th. And Marin, when can people get a hold of you over the next few days for reading?
I will be logging on in about an hour. So I've got a couple more California Psychics promotion things that I've got to do, and then I will be logging on. So you'll find me tonight. And I tend to work, I'm a night owl. So I do tend to work later hours. So today and tomorrow I've got lots of hours set, and you can also book an appointment too to make sure you get a secure spot and you're not stuck behind lots of people waiting to get in.
Excellent. Well, I encourage everyone to get a reading with Psychic Marin, and if not her, any of our wonderful psychics we have on the line, and take advantage of any of the promos we have. And until next time, thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you soon.